The Australian government values this sector. We recognise its potential to drive economic growth, to attract investment, and cement our place as a leader in the digital economy. And Australia has some incredible innovators in this space, some terrific Australian companies that are leading the way globally, and some great international companies that are creating jobs and bringing innovation and consumer choice to Australia. We recognise that digital assets are more than just a tool for transactions. They're an asset class in their own right, offering new avenues for wealth creation, financial inclusion, and secure decentralised systems. The third thing that I want to say to you in terms of the state of the industry is that the government recognises that the people have spoken. Australians have embraced these possibilities. Millions of Australians are already investing in or using cryptocurrency in their daily lives. Something like 4 million Australians have owned crypto, and something like or greater than 2 million have aspirations to own crypto. That is nearly a quarter of all Australian adults, and it's growing quickly. So we recognise that Australians are voting with their wallets, and they are voting for crypto. So from the government's perspective, this is no longer a choice. It's a responsibility to ensure that these people are able to trade conveniently and safely. The fourth thing I want to say is that the government recognises that the people who use crypto in their daily lives, these 4 million plus people aren't crypto bros. They are average Joes and average Jills. They are everyday Australians. They are a wide swathe of people. They are parents, they are young people, they are millennials, they are Gen Z, they are baby boomers. These are a wide range of people holding crypto as part of their life plan. It's not a plaything, it's not a youthful hobby. 42% of crypto is held in retirement savings accounts, according to the SwiftX 2024 survey. This is a large part of the financial system that everyday Australians from all walks of life are using. So those are some of the things that the government recognises about the state of the crypto industry. Now let me turn to what the government is doing. And I'm going to begin this section by acknowledging that there are lots of innovators on this call, there are lots of entrepreneurs on this call, and I imagine that many of you feel frustrated. And I feel your frustration. The pace of government is not as fast as the pace of innovation. It should be faster, and we're working on that. But in this sector, we need to move more quickly. Regulatory certainty was promised by the Liberals when they were in government in the last term, and they didn't deliver it. It has been promised in this term of Parliament by the Labor government, of which I'm a part. This term is not over yet, and we still have work to do, and we are doing that work. And I want to tell you that our government is committed to getting this sector right. We're working to create a regulatory environment that on the one hand supports innovation and on the other manages risks and protects consumers. And we've been collaborating with industry leaders, researchers and global partners as we aim to make Australia a safe, transparent and thriving hub for cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. We know that we're in a critical moment for this sector, that other countries are moving, and we have to work hard to harness the value of digital assets to build a resilient, inclusive and innovative future for our economy. So what are we going to do? What is the Labor government going to do to support this industry? Well, 5 things. The first of those 5 things is that the government needs to speak clearly about the opportunity in digital assets. We need to recognise the positive role that these assets can play in our economy, in our innovation system, and in our finance sector. And I'm pleased to say that this is happening. And I'll quote to you from the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers. In December, he said, and I quote, "Crypto is part of modernising and innovating in our financial system." And he also said that the government needs to make sure we don't, he said that there were certainly illicit use cases, but he said that the government needs to, and I quote, "make sure we don't overdo that and stomp on that part of the industry," end quote. And finally, the Treasurer said this, quote, "Our interest here is to recognise it's legitimate. It's important. It's growing. We need to make sure that people are protected, but we don't want to overdo it in a way that stifles an industry we believe in." End quote. I hope that the industry takes these comments and other comments made by members of the government as recognition that the government is serious about this industry, that the government appreciates its role in the daily lives of Australians and sees the opportunity it presents for our economy. The second thing that the government needs to do is provide certainty on our regulatory direction. And that means addressing many of the key issues of outstanding uncertainty in the sector and making sure that the government's direction is clear. We need to give certainty to investors, domestic and international players who are putting real money and resources into the Australian digital assets industry and want to know that that investment is safe and is being put into an environment where it's welcome. The third thing we need to do is make sure that all of Australia's regulators are aligned. All of Australia's regulators are speaking to the industry with one voice. And that is particularly important at a time of regulatory change. We want to make sure that every regulator who has purchase on this industry is singing from the same song sheet and doesn't give mixed messages to the industry. And I know we have a long way to go to deliver that. But I assure you that that is a priority of the government and something that we are working on in real time and something that you will see positive progress on in the very short term. The fourth thing that we need to do as the government to support the industry is to provide a long-term roadmap. Not just to work on the issues of the day, not just to address the pain points the industry is experiencing right now, but to chart a course of regulatory reform that delivers support over the horizon, that makes sure we anticipate issues and future challenges before they arrive and begin to prepare to work on those challenges. And the fifth thing we need to do, albeit by no means easy, is to solve for financial advice, to provide a framework in which Australians who are using these assets can be provided with professional financial advice. That's an important part of ensuring that Australians are able to use these conveniently and safely. So as I said, we have a lot of work to do to make sure that we support this sector, but there is a lot of positive momentum. Developments around the world have contributed to that momentum, as has the strong voice of the industry, many of its industry participants and your peak bodies. I want to thank the industry for their participation in this process. I want to thank them for all of their contributions, all of their advice, all of their engagement with government. It has been appreciated, it has been valued, and it is generating the change that the industry needs. And I look forward to coming back and talking to you in the future about the progress that we're making in this industry and to show you some of the developments that will occur in the short term to give regulatory certainty and investor confidence to an important Australian industry for the future.